Suspected serial killer on New York's Long Island has been arrested. 59-year-old Rex Heuermann was charged with the murders of 3 young women Friday. Officials say he is also the prime suspect in a 4th murder. The remains of the victims, along with 7 others, were found near Gilgo Beach on the south shore of Long Island more than 10 years ago. The suspect is a Manhattan architect who lived across the bay from the crime scenes. He has pleaded not guilty. Meg Oliver takes us inside the case.
Rex, did you do it?
Police say Rex Heuermann, a New York City architect, is the suspected serial killer they've been hunting for over a decade. Heuermann lived on this quiet street in Massapequa, Long Island. He was arrested near his Manhattan office last night and arraigned today.
Rex Heuermann is a demon that walks among us, a predator that ruined families.
Prosecutors said investigators were led to Heuermann initially after a witness reported seeing a pickup truck when one of the victims disappeared in 2010. Investigators later recovered his DNA from a pizza crust he discarded in Manhattan and matched it to genetic material found on the bodies. They also linked him to other evidence, including burner phones used to arrange meetings with the victims.
We're continuing to execute search warrants, and we anticipate getting more evidence.
Today, Heuermann was charged with murder in the deaths of 3 women and is the prime suspect of another victim whose bodies were first discovered on Long Island in 2010. The women, all sex workers, were found wrapped in burlap bags. Shannon Gilbert was among those who went missing after making this desperate call to 911.
There's somebody out there. Where are you, ma'am? I don't know.
In all, police found the remains of 11 people in the area of Gilgo Beach, including a toddler. The killings terrorized residents around 40 miles from New York City for more than a decade.
To wake up and find out that that's where he lived, it's shocking.
On his website, Heuermann posted this interview that he gave last year, bragging about his work in New York City for 35 years.
When a job that should have been routine suddenly becomes not routine, I get the phone call.
In 2020, Melissa Kahn spoke to 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty about the day her sister, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, was discovered.
What I want most is answers and justice, and I also want that the world to know, like, my sister mattered.
Heuermann pleaded not guilty today. Based on the heinous nature of these crimes, he's being held without bail. His next court date is August 1st. Catherine?
Meg Oliver, thank you for your reporting. Let's bring in Mary Ellen O'Toole. She's a retired FBI special agent and the director of the Forensic Science Program at George Mason University. So let's talk about the big difference first that technology made in this case.
Yeah, it's incredible how far we've come in terms of forensic science. So we've got incredible advances in DNA, and then in cell phones. So that really made a difference in this case. And what's so interesting is that this offender committed these murders 10 years ago, thinking that none of this would have become significant and that he probably committed the perfect crime. And the issue is that he left forensic evidence behind. We just needed to wait for the technology to catch up.
Yeah, I'm glad you made that point. Look, some of this DNA evidence they're using is kind of very new, very revolutionary. Has it been tested in court?
Yes, it has, but it will be really tested in this case. And so that's what the defense will bring to the case, is all the questions about how is it collected, how is it processed, how is it analyzed, how is it interpreted, what are the credentials of the people who did all of that work. So it's not just the analysis itself, it will be a whole assortment of questions that the defense will pose to each one of the experts that come into that courtroom.
You know, based on your decades of criminal investigative experience, does this suspect fit the serial killer profile?
I get that question a lot. And I will say this, what we do know about most serial sexual killers, because his motivation was sexual, is that most have a psychopathic personality. The old term was sociopath. So these are people without a conscience. These are people with no remorse, but they tend to be glib and charming when you meet them. And there are other traits and characteristics of a psychopath. So beyond that, though, they kill differently. They use different weapons. They physically look very different. most are, because they are glib and charming, fly under the radar screen. People, their neighbors think they're nice guys, but as you dig deeper into their pathology, there's large differences between them. So there's not a single profile of a serial sexual killer.
Based on the evidence that's publicly available, what are some of the possible motives?
Well, sexual is the motive here. He was killing for sexual purposes, and this sounds. This is very dark, but when serial killers are strangling, stabbing, shooting their victims, they're sexually aroused by it. So their motivation is for sexual arousal. And in this case, I think we could even consider that sexual sadism could have been a part of that. What is sexual sadism? It is a paraphilic behavior, but the offender is sexually aroused by the victim's response to the infliction of physical or emotional pain.
Wow, they're suffering. That's terrible.
It is, and we see that in the phone calls that he's made to the victim's family, which probably caused him to be aroused in the same way as he heard the family's pain on the other end of the phone.
Marianne O'Toole, thank you so much for your analysis. You're right, it is a very dark story. Thank you.
You're welcome.